Hello, friends. We all know that Warren Buffett is the greatest investor of our times. But how many of us know about the struggle the man went through to make his first $1 million? Warren Buffett's current net worth is $92 billion. In Indian rupee terms, it's around 6.73 lakh crore. If you read through the letter of the shareholder of Berkshire Hathway, you can see that the total assets under management is around $280 billion. And you can see some marquee names in the portfolio like Apple, American Express, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, and the Moody's. Now let's look at how Warren made his first $1 million that served as a base to create his empire. When did you start earning? We usually start earning at the age of 20, 22, right? Warren started at the age of 6 years. When he was 6 years old, Warren picked up some chewing gums from his grandfather's grocery store and he started selling to each of the houses in the neighborhood, and he made a profit of around 2 cents in each of the packs. At that point in time itself, Warren started doing market research for his next business. You might be thinking what kind of market research a six-year-old would have done, right? He was very smart. He started collecting the caps of used cool drink bottles, and what he found out was that one cool drink brand dominated the entire collection, which was Coca-Cola. Hence, he decided to sell Coca-Cola next. So he bought a pack of six Coke bottles for around 20 cents and he sold it for 25 cents and he made a 20% profit margin. So from 6 years, he started his new businesses. By the age of 11, he had accumulated a wealth of $120. With $420, Warren bought his first shares. He bought 3 shares of City Service for around $38 per share. As soon as he bought the shares started going down. And he was waiting for the share to go up, and in panic, he sold the shares at $40 per share. But later he regretted his decision. City Services share rose to $200 in the next 2 to 3 years. This was Warren's first stock market lesson. Never sell your shares in panic. You can build wealth only in the long term. At the age of 13, Warren started his next business. He started selling newspapers in the neighborhood, and he was not only selling newspapers, he was also selling horse racing tip sheets. So in 1 year, he made a wealth of around $1,000. By the age of 14, he was owning close to $1,000. And in the same year, he filed his first tax returns. So in his tax returns, you can see that he has paid a tax of around $7, and he has shown his bicycle and the wristwatch repair as one of the expenses. So $1,000 in 1944 would be much higher today, right? In today's terms, it's around 11 lakh rupees. In dollar terms, it's around $14,863. Now, by the age of 15, Buffett had accumulated $2,000 through his newspaper business, and he invests 60% of his wealth to buy a 40-acre farm. And he gives on contract to a tenant farmer, and he shares the profit for the next 5 years. By 1950, he sells the farm for $2,000 and he makes a profit. At the same time, Buffett buys old pinball machines for $25. A new pinball machine, while it costs around $300, he buys damaged pinball machines, and with the help of his friend, he fixes it and he sets it up in the saloons. And he started making money. He also convinces the saloon owners that repairing a old pinball machine is very difficult, and he prevents them from entering into that business. And in another 3 to 4 years, he sells the business to a war veteran for around $1,200. And then Buffett had to get into his studies, and hence he moved to Pennsylvania. Later, he moves to Nebraska and finishes his degree. By the time he finishes his degree, Buffett has accumulated a wealth of $10,000. In today's terms, it's around $100,000. If you look at Indian rupees, it's around 74 lakhs. Imagine a 20-year-old accumulating a wealth of 74 lakhs, right? Amazing. At the same time, Warren enrolls in Harvard University and he gets rejected, but he doesn't know something better in store is waiting for him. Warren's idol, Benjamin Graham, was working in Columbia University, and Warren applies to Columbia University. Even though the deadline is passed, Warren gets a seat to study under Benjamin Graham. Before the start of the course, Warren Buffett completes studying the security analysis book, which was the course material. And He was the first person to secure APOS in the history of the course. Benjamin Graham and his assistant David Dodd were thoroughly impressed by Warren Buffett. After finishing during his course, Warren understands that his mentor, his idol, Benjamin Graham, is a chairman to the government employees insurance company, GEICO. He drives down to the headquarters in 4 hours. He requests an appointment and he asks about the company, and he invests 65% of his net worth in GEICO, which he later sells at a 50% profit. After completion of the education, Warren wants to work for Graham, but unfortunately, he is rejected because he was not a Jew. Because Graham and Newman Corporation takes only Jews in their organization. Warren was disappointed. He moves back to Nebraska and started working for his father's stockbroking firm. He was not very happy being a stockbroker. He wanted to invest, but he did not want to sell stocks to the other investors. At the same time, he studies a public speaking class, and then he started teaching in the University of Omaha about personal finance, and he in fact taught investing for men, right? And by the age of 24 years, Warren gets his happy news. He gets a call from Benjamin Graham to work in his firm. He flies back to work with Benjamin Graham, and with a starting salary of $1,000 per month. In today's in today's time, it would be worth around $9,700. In Indian rupees, it would be around 7 lakh. A 24-year-old graduate getting a job 7.1 lakh per month. Amazing. In the next 2 years, Graham decides to retire and he asks if Buffett wants to manage the fund. Buffett declines the offer. Buffett said, I wanted to work in your firm because I can learn from you, but if you're not there, there is no point in me being there. So Buffett moves back to Nebraska and starts his own firm, Buffett Associates. By the age of 26 years, Buffett had amassed wealth of $174,000, which in today's terms is around $1.7 million or 12.7 crore. At the age of 26 years, 12.7 crores, $1.7 million. In his new firm, he calls up his doctor friend and he asks him to network with other doctor friends and invest in his partnership. Each of the partners will invest $10,000 and Buffett will put his own money of $100 into the firm and he will take the management fee. The partners cannot invest or take out the money at any point in time. They can invest only or take out money on 31st of December every year. Warren started reinvesting the profits and he started increasing his stake in the partnership. He guaranteed a 6% interest and plus a 75% of the total profit. 25% of the profit went to Warren Buffett. But still, partners made a 10% more than the Dow Jones index. So the partners were happy. They didn't mind Warren taking a huge chunk of the profit. So by the age of 29 years, Warren increased his total wealth to around 9% of the $1 million fund, which was around $100,000. By the age of 31 years, he was managing a fund of $7 million, of which he owned $1 million. So by the age of 31 years, someone made $1 million. In 1962, he buys a company which according to him is one of the worst acquisitions. It was Berkshire Hathway. We can talk about it in the later sessions. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.